chilling footage of that bomb blast that left 3 injured, 1 person dead, be it potentially the suspect or an innocent. The blast radius, of course, several city blocks, damaging 20 buildings. And as a side note, but equally important to emergency management, it has disrupted AT&T services for people throughout Nashville and Middle Tennessee, knocking out 911 services. Even down to me on a very small level, it's knocked out my phone and internet as well, as has a lot of friends and family. So just that disruption in communication, you realize how much we rely on automation. CBS News was first to report today a little bit before noon that a person of interest had been identified. Later, we would come to know that person's name, Anthony Quinn Warner, 63 years old, of Nashville, Tennessee. It's important to know that he has not been identified as a suspect. Police have merely said it is a person of interest. It is noted by some that he had a similar make and model RV, and I'm sure that has piqued the interest of Metro Police and the FBI as well. They have been in the vicinity of this man's residence, and we'll know more hopefully soon. It is good that already this quickly they have been able to identify somebody. I think the police are doing really good work. It looks like more and more that, a couple different possibilities have been bandied about. We've talked about the potential that this was a domestic terrorist act, a desire to, similar to the 9/11 attackers, to take out a symbol. What bigger symbol in Nashville could you take out than the AT&T building? But clearly the damage was not significant enough. The damage was significant to the AT&T infrastructure that has actually taken out cell and internet service to customers throughout Nashville and Middle Tennessee, myself and family included, and extended family and friends. We think more than likely what it's looking like now is the desire was to kill police. The gunshots were to alert nearby residents who would call the police, which they did. Once the police got there and would hear the recorded message that we heard at the beginning of this video emanating from the RV, that they would get closer and would be caught in the bomb blast. But we still don't know. These are all theories that are coming out. And one thing I will never do is tell you some wild conspiracy theory that I can't back up. But I will say that that is probably the most likely scenario of what happened. We do have potentially an act of domestic terror. There was some fears yesterday that we would have copycat situations, that this might even be a false flag that was to distract from a bigger explosion. Thankfully, we did not see that. An RV that was investigated in Cincinnati turned out to be nothing. So this seemingly is a lone act of domestic terrorism, possibly be even the motive of trying to kill police officers. So that is where we are at this point. If I can update you, and there are things to update you with, I will do so. Thank you so much. I hope you and family have had a wonderful Christmas and holiday season and continue to be safe. And amongst acts of terror like this, we're also in the middle of a pandemic, so please be safe and smart. And thank you for listening.